including 14 of our 19 grandchildren. I hope you all come to visit and enjoy the fountain often over the years. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Anthony Stancato, who will talk to us a little bit.
Yeah. Well, actually, before you leave, Ann, I have, and Jeff, could you come up? The committee also wanted to recognize Jeff and Ann for their incredible leadership in this effort. I came on about 3 years ago, but there was a lot of work being done before that. And so in light of that, we have for each of you a remembrance of the time. So hopefully that'll undo all the problems that caused during the community. Anyway, I have the privilege of telling, or actually reading a plaque that's going to be put on the. You can see it in the back there. There's a footstone, and it's a historic marker that will be put here for all to know at least the story of the fountain. And let me read this to you. It says, at the heading, it says Marshall Square Park Historic Fountain, dedicated 1889, restored and rededicated 2016 by Friends of Marshall Square Park. In parentheses, it will dance merrily in that shady retreat. 3 Westchester residents carried those words to Philadelphia to buy a thing of beauty and a joy forever for Marshall Square. On June 4th, 1889, its tall spray rose above 5 cast iron tiers. In the surrounding plaza, a yellow brick shield honoring the Union Veteran League. Fish swam in its deep pool, delighting children. A community gathering place was born. The fountain's upper sections disappeared in the 1950s, then reappeared in a West Town garden. In the 1980s, Eugene and Joan Gagliardi purchased and revived them for the East Bradford farm. After selling the farm, Mrs. Gagliardi later helped return the sections to Friends of Marshall Square Park in 2012. Thanks to a supportive community, Friends of Marshall Square Park restored the fountain to its 1889 glory on December 16, 2015. The fountain returned home, a community gathering place was reborn. There's no social line at the fountain, and water flows freely to all to admire. The Daily Local News, August 26, 1932. And with that, Jean, I'd also like to present to you again, something for you and your family to enjoy. I think that's it. Oh, Carolyn, can you say a few words?
Thank you, Tony. And committee, good afternoon, friends. I am delighted to be with you today. As the sun kept sort of coming in and out, I kept referring back to our program and thought that the quote from the Daily Local, August 26, 1932, is as relevant and important today as it was then. So as the sun shines on us before it peeks behind a cloud again, I just want to read it one more time. There is no social line at the fountain, white, colored, and all the intervening shades being welcome. For it is realized that the sun shines upon all races, and water flows freely for all to admire. Also, as I was, yes. And that was our daily local news. They've been around covering all the best news of Westchester for all these years, so we give them a shout out. And then another quote that came to mind, and I've repeated this at a number of wonderful events in our community. Margaret Mead knew Westchester when she said, "Never doubt that a thoughtful group of committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, is the only thing that ever has." And you are that small, thoughtful group of committed citizens that just keeps growing and keeps going and makes Westchester the amazingly welcoming community that it is today. And this fountain is a beautiful symbol of our community. It's a wonderful day and a wonderful event, and great to see so many of us here in this old but very new place for an historic event. The Friends of Marshall Square Park, a group of volunteer citizens, as we were saying, has worked in the best traditions of our town to preserve and protect an important part of our heritage. As you have heard, Marshall Square Park precedes the establishment of New York's Central Park. You may not know it is also based on an arboretum which itself is older than Harvard's Arnold Arboretum, considered by some to be the oldest arboretum in the United States. These trees around us are our history, as is this beautiful fountain. A fountain symbolizes energy through the force and flow of its waters. It also symbolizes an eternal rebirth. That is certainly true in our case with this fountain coming to life again 65 years after it was lost. As you know, Westchester is also a story of continual rebirth, often being hailed for the successful renaissance of our historic downtown. Now, at this new gateway to Westchester, the Marshall Square Park Fountain proudly proclaims another rebirth and announces the energy and strength of our community. I am honored, as mayor of the great borough of Westchester, to recognize and accept the return of this glorious fountain to our borough from our dear friends of Marshall Square Park. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. We're so happy to have a lot of honored dignitaries here today. I'm just going to read out a couple of names, and then Jeff has a few words for us to close. I think I see Mr. Dinneman here, Senator Dinneman, Andrew Dinneman, thank you. I see Mr. Truitt, Representative Truitt, Mr. Bill Scott in the hat. If there's somebody else, would you raise your hand, let me know? No? Sorry? Well.
There's Don Braceland back there.
Oh, Don Braceland.
Mr. Don Braceland from the Westchester Borough Council. Thank you for your support and thank you for being here, all of you. And now, Jeff Vitale.
Wow, that's all I can say. What a great event. In closing, I would like to say how proud I am of the Friends of Marshall Square Park, the neighbors surrounding Marshall Square Park, and the surrounding Westchester community for what we have been able to achieve with the restoration of this magnificent fountain. But we are not yet completely done. We have completed phase 1 of the project, and we hope to start phase 2 this coming spring. This phase, which people think it's done, but we're not. This phase, the final phase, will include the removal of the macadam path, a brand new brick walk on axis with the fountain leading to a brick entrance feature on the corner, protected cast iron ballards, landscaping, and also a historically appropriate sign. A plan of this phase of the project is displayed on the easel behind me. And there's also information there about becoming a member, and we would welcome you all to become members of our group and help us with the rest of our projects in the park. In order to complete this work, we do need the community's continued help. All sponsored donations, however large or small, are welcome. We do have some major sponsorship opportunities available if anyone is interested. You see the commemorative benches. We still have a lot of commemorative benches which are available for sponsorship. We have a lot of stones around the fountain, which you can have someone's name engraved on there for eternity. And we also have one last major donor bronze plaque available on the fence. If anyone is interested in these opportunities, you can talk to any member of our committee or stop back at the table and pick up some materials. I want to thank you once again, all of you, for coming out and sharing this great afternoon with us. I invite you now to take some time to linger around the fountain and enjoy and delight in the dancing of its waters. And also take some time to be extremely proud of what we have been able to accomplish, returning this special place to our park, to our town, and also to our surrounding community. Thank you all, and enjoy the fountain.
We keep talking about community, folks, and we're a Quaker community. So if anyone, let me come up there. Let me get that little guy out of the way. Okay. We believe in our Quaker heritage, so, if the spirit moves you, if we've got any elderly here who remember this fountain, if anybody wants to share or make a comment about the fountain, please feel free, stand up and let us know and share your thoughts about the fountain. Anybody. You can think about it for a few minutes until, the spirit moves you to come on up here and say something. Anybody? Everybody's shy today. Don't we have any Quakers here?
I'd just like to say, for one, I never get up in front of people, but I really like the color of the fountain because I'm the one that used to have to scrub it all the time at the farm. And I do think my mother would really love to see it. She was still here with us. She really liked that. It's beautiful. Wow. And the fences, I'm so happy that they were able to restore and use the acorns. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Got it going? All right. Well, thank you very much. Turn this off.